role. He had a role with both schools, didn't he?
Absolutely. He started off at Bishops and then saw the light and made his way across the road to Rondebosch.
It's a very good kick in that from Jean Nordier, and the chase came there from Zane Davids. So Matt Kemp is our referee for today's match, and there's going to be a lot of tension in these first 10 minutes. Penalty to Bishops. And an opportunity for Jez McIntyre.
Well, of course, Jez McIntyre, he's part of the Western Province Craven Week setup, and he's missed his first touch, which is critical in a game like this.
Fielding there from Amani Manani. What you will see from both of these teams, and certainly Bishops, it's always been very much part of their mix, is not to kick too much, but let the ball do the work through the hands. This is a good start, this from Rondebosch. Knock on coming from Robbie Wadilove. That's good from Matt Kemp there, just keeping things going.
Good start by the home side, but then, of course, Greenhall just coughing up position and an opportunity for Bishops to get their hands on the ball. Of course, renowned for running rugby is the Diocesan College side. And they've got some electric runners out wide.
Yeah, Gareth, also, I mean, it's just such a good day for running rugby too.
Come close to the mark, please. We make sure we ear to ear.
I often wonder about Bishops too, in really wet, atrocious conditions, which sometimes you find down here in Cape Town. And they still employ the running game. It takes a lot of courage, doesn't it?
Well, it's fantastic to see, because enhancing the skill set of the players, empowering them, and their ability to offload in the tackle and pass both left and right is something that is sorely lacked at schoolboy level.
McIntyre on to Cornel Schmidt, and then Justin Yenis going to ground there, but it's a good change of direction there from Sam Mitchell too. But at the moment, Bishops still in their half of the field. Carl Balakistan, not too many opportunities for him, but he's set up the next phase. Nordier. And an extra man they've got here, Rondebosch, unable to release the quick pass. Well, Mark Thompson's service from the base of the scrum has been exceptional. He has Zane Davids, the Craven Week player, the future Craven Week player, we should say. That's still to come.
No.
Been some excellent defensive work here from Bishops. They spread across the field. Infield there from Rory Thompson. It's Mark Thompson then, just getting that ball going forward there to Kula. Again, it's Davids. He's the power man in the pack of forwards. And they'll have to put in at the scrum ball, Rondebosch. So a pretty good start for them, Gareth.
Right forward, right scrum.
Good to see keeping ball in hand. Of course, Bishops making a plethora of tackles, and if you defend without the ball, it's going to make it very tiring. A good work by Zane Davids. He's their talisman when it comes to trucking it up in midfield. And of course, Matt Kemp, the referee, adjudicated that was unsafe at the breakdown. And a feed into Rondebosch.
Bind. Sit. Ball hit the mark.
So a steady scrum was what was needed, but you've also got to put the ball in straight.
That's it.
Quick take there from Roe Roberts. McIntyre. No touch yet for Riley Rowe in the fullback position for Rondebosch.
Stay here, Sam. Stay here.
Thumping tackle there. Good to see the Flaves getting involved in McIntyre.
That's on.
Rondebosch just with a little basic error. So for the first time they find themselves with a set piece in their half of the field.
Good option taken by Jez McIntyre. Realised they've been under the cosh for the opening 5 or so minutes. And they've set up a good chase line, managed to turn over possession.
Thank you.
And let's see what they can do with ball in hand here.
Crouch. Fine.
Well, Neither of these two teams are in the top 20 in South Africa at the moment. Bishops just very much on the fringes, but that's a very strong scrum there from Rondebosch.
45, still blue ball. Still blue ball, still blue ball.
That's certainly got a lot of heart, a lot of hope to their team.
Well, a shove coming from the men in white, all 8. The engine room doing the hard yards up front. Somewhat of a concern for JP Smith.
Stay square this side.
Craven retighted. You need to get closer, ear to ear.
Crouch!
And you need to get
Bind!
his feet a little bit further back if he wants to get a steady base to play off for the visitors.
No, he's the man on the near side. Well, it's a penalty advantage here right now for Bishops, and they've got an extra man here on the right wing. It's Jacobs. The little chip kick from him. Which way does it bounce? Who's the chaser? Has he got it down? Well, it's been awarded by Matt Kemp, and that's brilliant running that from Keenan Jacobs.
The crowd are on their feet down here, and what an absolute stunning start for the visitors. Keenan Jacobs from the set phase, they moved it into the wider channels. Look at the movement by the outside backs. Great interpassing between Wilanetsky, and then the chip and chase by Jacobs, and look at the searing pace. He gets there, wins the race, and what a try for the right winger for Bishops.
So excellent finish that. Kick from the touchline.
Corne Smith, big kick for him to start off well. He'll need to bisect the uprights.
That's a lovely kick that from Cornell Smith. It just goes over, but it was very, very accurate.
Great work by the right winger Jacobs. He put it on the left boot and then cracked on the afterburners. The bounce went his way. Superb finishing from the right winger. And he's put Bishops ahead on the scoreboard in the early stanza.
Just watching Cornell Smith taking that penalty kick from near the touchline. One of the Springboks of Bishops was many years ago was a guy called Davy Cope, who kicked the first penalty goal for South Africa in international rugby. That's a pretty good kick, that, and a good catch as well from Jacobs. Well, I'll tell you what, he's not standing out on the wing. He's very much part of the mix. McIntyre is deciding to go back in field. Now, this is the Bishops rugby that we've come to know over the years. Using the width of the field. That ball's been knocked on. So again, Matt Kemp just waiting for advantage, but there wasn't any.
Come here. It's a good tackle. It's a good tackle. You don't need to spoil it by afters, okay? Here it is, just a knock on.
Tackle and four-letter words don't go together, do they?
Well, the crowd have gathered here today. They've swelled in the last part. And good running by Justin Yannis. Unfortunately, he just lost the ball in contact.
Crouch.
Conceded possession.
Bind. Sit.
They'll need to sharpen up their scrum. Well, the visitors, the first scrum didn't
look
at all stable.
Well, on that occasion, certainly the Rondebosch scrum looking very good, and your set pieces, when you've got them working, can really count in your favour. There needs to be a strong belief from the Rondebosch team against the favourites today, Bishops. Well, there's two lock-ons there, so it'll be a Bishops put in at the scrum.
Well, Gavin, isn't it great to see the exuberance of youth trying to keep the ball alive, but unfortunately it's a decision-making that's letting the home side down. Clyde March just need to take that into contact. Tried the 50-50, and yet again another knock-on.
Second phase Aussie.
That has hampered both these sides in the early part of this game.
Chris Newby, the loose head for Rondebosch, up against the Craven Week player JP Smith. was a little bit more settled at the Bishop scrum. That's great running from the back. Now Bishops, if they can keep their heads about more, the pass going wide, unfortunately, to Andre Manuel. We haven't really seen the Bishops loose forwards come into play yet. So Abrams, Nirvana De Silva and Nick Bester. The time will no doubt come. Kick downfield from Mark Thompson. That's been knocked on, so... Well, I thought that might have been a knock-on, but Matt Kemp says play on.
Stop here, stop here. Thank you.
Downfield there from Jesse Walensky to his opposite number, Riley Lowe. At close quarters, Bishop's certainly looking the part defensively, very well organised. A lot of ball coming Rondebosch's way. Now upfield goes Adams. Good bullocking run there from the front ranker. There's a little kick through from Lowe, and pressure here for Walensky, who lets it run into touch. Gareth, in these early sort of first 10 minutes or so, that Rondebosch certainly not looking like a team that's only won a couple of matches this season.
Well, they've come up with a clear tactic of keeping the ball in hand, which is pleasing to see from the home side. But again, it's a suffocating defence from Bishops, forcing Rondebosch to kick the ball and allowing Bishops to get the position in their favour.
Okay, time on.
Kemper, I thought, just got that one wrong. It looked like a knock-on.
Well, the line-out throw was not in straight.
Line-out scrum.
There's a choice here for Rondebosch, so they've chosen the scrum, but we say quite obviously, we haven't seen them in the line-outs yet, but their scrum certainly looking the part.
Quite an interesting stat on the loose head. Chris Newby started off his career as an outside centre, of course. He's bumped up considerably and he finds himself in the loose head position in the front row. So isn't that wonderful to see all the youngsters who've let it down there?
It's a little bit like Morne du Plessis, Gareth. He played fullback at school and then number 8 for South Africa. So you don't always end up in the position you start in. Chris Newby from centre to loose head prop. Craig Burden from centre to hooker. These things can happen.
And hasn't that been a successful transition for the Toulon man?
Okay. Come across white. White, that's your mark. There we go. Good, thank you. Blue, open at the front. Thank you.
So they've gone with the line out after we'd suggested that they might be doing the scrum. But have a look at this. Here comes Davids. Power running from Zane Davids.
Blue advantage, it's a knock-on advantage.
Well, knock-on there from Rondebosch. So Bishops get out of jail there. They've got the ball right now. They've got advantage.
Another advantage. No.
Just have a look at this from their own goal line. Super running.
Advantage is over.
And very daring, one might add too. But when your mindset is around carrying the ball, things just seem to work a little bit more easily, and we don't perhaps make as many errors as your focus is on a pass that might be made to you. Jacobs just helping to keep that ball in field. Big pressure on McIntyre.
Well, from the turnover, Bishop showing the enterprise, running from deep inside their own goal line. Brilliant offloading in the tackle of Rondebosch De Silva up in support. And then it was quick ball that they spun it to the grandstand touchdown. Unfortunately being bundled into touch.
Still waiting for your man.
Brilliant to see from the visitors.
Your tackle is alive. There it is. In you come, White. In you come. 5 the number. Time on.
Throwing here from Russell Eby. Got the last one right. This one to the back. Set pieces working pretty well here for the home team. So a little pop pass there for Balekistan, who had come in from the left wing. This is Manani. He's got an interesting story too, having come all the way from Burundi to play on the right wing for Rondebosch. Well, not to come to play on the right wing, but he lives in South Africa and schooled now at Rondebosch. Kula. Pass inside there from Andrews. But again, it's the Bishops defence that's holding. So one opportunistic try up until now. Great individual effort from Keenan Jacobs.
Look at the catch-up defender by Bishops. Brilliant work by the right winger Jacobs. Just using the touchline as an extra defender and bundling Ashwin Adams into touch. But what Rondebosch are employing is they're not committing men at the breakdown. They're just forming a wall. They're not contesting it, and it's allowing them to have numbers in defence.
Well, Mark Thompson's just taken a little smack in the mouth. So first aid men just taking care of him.
Of course, Gavin, both these sides have been at each other for 103 years. Bishops have 95 victories under the belt to the 66 of Rondebosch and 14 draws in total. So brilliant traditions in the southern suburbs, and of course what a derby and what a day for a game of rugby.
Since your time, I think as well, you would play a home and away each season. So 2 matches against Bishops. I'm not sure how long that tradition's been going for.
Since 1911. And an interesting stat is the home side always wears white because the colours are very similar. And that was brought in by the late Tiki de Jager, a famous teacher down here at Rondebosch. It's so fantastic to see the crowds have come out. And what an occasion for all 30 players on the park. Of course, Bishops being coached by former Western Province fullback and old boy of the school, Mike Bailey, for a stint with the Bulls.
And Clinton van Rensburg, the coach of Rondebosch, who of course also played provincial rugby. Mitchell standing back. A kick downfield here from Jez McIntyre.
Stop.
This is Balakistan. On to Ricky Lowe. So just trying to get the ball behind this Bishops pack of forwards. And they've been doing a pretty good job at it, certainly territorially at the moment. Rondebosch dominating. McIntyre. No room to get through, but he's presented the ball pretty well, so Bishops holding on to it. Lock on there from Rory Thompson.
To load up and make the pass.
Well, Rory Thompson, he was out of the blocks too quickly there. Just unfortunately a fingertip pass. Also the inside centre from Rondebosch would have been in under the bar. But besides that, early incision into the back line and wonderful try by the right wing Jacobs. The territory stats is definitely in favour of the home side.
Fine.
Bishop started well this season. Their first game against Paul Boys High, they won 10-0, and they certainly have looked the part. It's been a very good season for them to date.
Okay. Stay up.
For Rondebosch, it's been a bit tougher. In fact, against the same Paul Boys High and Paul Jim, they gave a good account of themselves. Well, that kick was not a good one from Ricky Lowe, but he's done all the hard yards to try and make up for it. Oh, Smitten Eunice. Jacobs right up against the touchline. Tell you what, this youngster is such a courageous player. Keenan Jacobs did so well to keep the ball in field. He was right up against the touchline. Roe Roberts. The long pass. The extra man, Andre Manuel. This is better continuity here for the visitors. Carrying the ball through a couple of phases.
Tackle what?
Roe Roberts.
Stop,
McIntyre's little chip kick well. The
One.
players are offside there, Bishop's players, so it's going to be a penalty to Rondebosch. So both teams on occasions, Gareth, too, maybe just letting themselves down.
Yeah, Gavin, absolutely ball in hand, and it's those elementary mistakes that are
Captain.
hampering it as a contest. But it's an option here for Rondebosch.
Penalty where he went off slide, scrum where he kicked it from. Penalty here. Penalties here.
Better continuity from the visitors. But then Jez McIntyre deciding to go to the boot. It's ball in hand. It's the wide channels that are going to tire this defensive unit of Rondebosch out. And that's a fantastic kick by Riley Lowe.
Riley Lowe just about from the halfway line. I think in your day you would have kicked a goal, wouldn't you, Gary?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, you're giving me too much credit, Gary. Thanks.
Come inside 50.
Oh, you could have had a little bit of a northwester behind you, maybe.
Time off. Well, you can't do it every time. Come in, form the line out with your numbers so that they can adjust and we get the line out going. I can't stop it every time. No. In the line out, please. In you come.
Good, clear, concise message from Matt Kemp. He's adjudicated very well in the first 20 minutes.
Well, Bishops win a crucial line out in their 22. Seems Nirvana De Silva starting to come into this game as well. So did Abrams.
Got the advantage.
With carrying the ball up, McIntyre. This is super running from Bishops. Now they've got a chance here. It's a 2-on-1. Can they finish this off? Off goes Andre Manuel. And it's try number 2 then for Bishops.
Turnover ball, spinning it through the hands. Brilliant decision making by Cornell Smith. And then look at the pace of Manuel. 2-on-1. Brilliant work by Jesse Walensky. And Manuel adds too much pace to burn. And he gets in for the visitors' second try of the afternoon.
So both tries coming from their own half of the field. Some superb running. Here is Cornell Smith now. First one was straight and true. The second one is as well.
Look at the decision making of Smith. He puts it into the hole, and the pace of Wilanetsky. 2-on-1. Brilliant work with the catch pass. And the pass of Manuel, too much for the home side as he saunters in for Bishop's second try of the afternoon.
You understand that? Not the side coming through the gate.
As one would expect, the Bishops boys in full voice, and I think Rondebosch will feel a little disappointed. They've had a lot of possession, they've had good territory, but they haven't been able to convert it into points. Sam Mitchell doing a good job taking that to ground, out from Roe Roberts. Now the long pass, and again Bishops may be finding a little bit of space out wide.
Got it, you've got it.
Turnover for Rondebosch. Quite crucial for them too. And they're going to get a penalty.
That's it.
Well, this is a bit closer to kick at goal. Gareth, you would have kicked from here, wouldn't you?
Of course, our home side's got a little bit of a wind blowing at their backs. And of course, they'll need to come away with some points in the next few minutes if they want to keep this a contest.
So Riley Lowe just kicking it down to round about the 22. He would have liked to have got a little bit more distance on it. But the set pieces for Rondebosch outside of that one line out have been pretty steady.
Inside 50.
Kula with a jump. Not the best of balls as for Zane Davids, but he's got so much power, this fella. Let's have a look at this. Got through 3 or 4 tackles. Oh, strong running this time from the captain.
It's fine. Stay out back.
Crucial to make sure that you look after possession, that you don't have knock-ons. Again, you can see the Bishops' defence really well organised. Full credit to Mike Bailey and the coaching staff, Andre Jacobs.
It's fine, it's been picked up. No, it's been picked up by your man.
Got them very, very well organised on defence.
Last feet, 7, last feet. Okay.
So it's kept amongst the forwards there. Saw some good work from Robbie Warilove, the captain of the team, but it's another penalty, and this time it's relief for Bishops. Once again, full tilt they go. Another chance here for Manuel.
Knocked into touch, option, what? Knocked
Just wonderful to see a team playing with such confidence.
Line out.
Running the ball from their goal line.
And of course, the doyen of running rugby at schoolboy level, Basil Bay, he introduced it. Great work again by Bishops, 2-on-2. Keeping the ball alive was Andre Manuel.
Come in, what?
But it's again to another ball that's hurting the Rondebosch outfit. Getting close to the line on 2 occasions and then getting penalised or knocking it on.
2 good jumps that from Kule in the line out. This is Jean Nordier deciding to go infield, but once again they've coughed up possession, have Rondebosch. It's the deep run again here from the Bishops team. Great chase from Jacobs. Look how he's fighting for that ball with Carl Balakiston.
Time out. Come on there. Huh? Wait, yeah, your first video's on.
Matt Kemp's got to be quite careful because there's no numbers on the Bishops' back.
Have you seen anything in the back tackle there? There was a clean out after. Okay, I'm going mine. Have you seen anything? Okay.
He's got to find his man. Make sure you get the right one.
Okay, it's a good game of rugby, but that's unacceptable. Okay? Dangerous tackle.
My goodness. Yellow card here for Bishops.
Time short. I didn't say clearly enough for that, eh? What do you think this basket cup, off the field? They're allowed on the field.
Just trying to work out if that was essentially for taking somebody out off the ball.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at William Day.
Dangerous.
Well, the clean up, and he's picked him up and he's just dumped him. He can find himself lucky that he's still allowed on this rugby field, of course. The lawmakers are very severe on tip tackles, and William Day, he's got 10 minutes for his effort in the bin.
Yeah, Gareth, again, you know, it's a question. We see a fair bit of that. Players being tackled without being in possession of the ball, and it's not a clean out. Ray Roberts did well to get that out. Plucked out of there by McIntyre. Schmidt-Meernes looking full of running in the midfield for Bishops. Now the big burly JP Smith. Here comes Jacobs again. I've really been impressed with this little right winger. He's not in the Craven Week setup. He's too old, is he?
Just forward.
Post Patrick.
Forward.
But again, it's that wide play of Bishops that is causing the home
loose
side
forwards
endless headaches on defence.
Time's off. One of the loose forwards.
Quite interesting, Matt Kemp calling time off, and of course there's no time off at schoolboy rugby. It's running time, and with William Day spending 10 minutes in the bin, they need to get a loose forward off the field.
You've taken the captain. You're the captain, Chief. Number 8 to the back line, please. Yes, you can, flanker.
As it's 7 versus 7 come scrum time at schoolboy level, and one of the forwards receives a yellow card.
So Robbie Warilove, the captain of Rondebosch, has gone off into the back line.
Fine. Sit.
These things all geared, as Gareth Wright mentioned, to ensuring security on the field, safety. Well, that's a great counter shove that from Bishops, and you can just see the claps all around. Their scrum has been disrupted. They came with a counter shove, and they've now got the put in at the scrum.
No, you can't play 8 space. 4, second row. Just make sure we stay square.
Of course, schoolboy rugby, they play 35 minutes each way.
Fine.
So when you do lose a man for 10 minutes in the bin, it's quite a substantial part of their half. McIntyre. A little run around.
Charge down, it's charge
It's
down.
one of the rare kicks we see from Bishops on that occasion. Manani. He's a strong boy, this is Manani. Hasn't had many opportunities in this game. Nordia, well, it wasn't Nordia, it was in fact Clyde March. Kalikistan stays on his feet long enough to get in front of his runners. And taken down there by Liam Greenall.
Tacklers move.
Just delivery a little slow from the breakdown points, which gives Bishops an opportunity to get their excellent defensive organisation in place.
Thank you. Player. 7th player.
Thompson. Nordia. Little pop pass there from Russell Eby.
There's a knock advantage, Blue.
So knock-on advantage here to Bishops.
Not the side.
This, of course, is where they can be extremely dangerous. I'm not sure they went in the right direction on that occasion. Over the top from Justin Rowe-Roberts. Manani can't control it. That might be an offside position. That ball's been picked up by Ryan Glory Thompson.
Come. Here. Leave him, leave him.
Quick take, you've got to be about 10 meters. Excellent play this from Bishops. They really are looking to speed up the game as much as they can. And then the kick over the top. Which way does it bounce?
Play by Blue or White. Back of Blue, play
That's
on.
Eby in possession. So Rondebosch now in their own 22, but they've got some relief with a penalty. And they've got some numbers here too. They look to someone just to straighten it up. It's a really strong tackle that on Clyde March.
Stay here.
So their movement has been a little bit lateral, Rondebosch's. Nordia,
move, tackle.
for the third time, looks to try and probe some space.
Don't pull him.
This time it's Liam Greenall. Kalikistan made some good yardage.
No, stay out of it. Got the advantage.
Thompson.
Penalty advantage, none.
There's a penalty advantage here to Rondebosch. An advantage not over yet. That's good refereeing again from Matt Kemp.
One player I have been really impressed with is Carl Balakistan on the left wing. He's an elusive runner and he's shown plenty of heart in the contact area. One for the future.
30.
Well, all the wingers have been part of this game, haven't they, Gareth? And that's also credit to the type of rugby that these two teams play.
I'm seeing it differently. If he has an effect, I'll let you know.
Just heard a little in the background the voice of Matt Kemp.
Well, Rondebosch will need to sort their line out. They have conceded 3-on-1 in the last few minutes. Bishops are competing very well up front. On the home side will need to get their movement right and try and win some critical first phase possession.
Kula in the front. It goes to what he'll have at the back, but just doesn't seem to work out that. So again, Gareth, you spoke about the Rondebosch lineouts. They started well, their set pieces. Oh, this is good running from Lowe. Stayed on his feet as well to get the offload. And they did right on the stroke of half-time now. Can Rondebosch get some points on the board? Well, here's the interception. Now let's have a look and see what happens here. Jacobs, a little shimmy to the left, then the right, and here he goes. Too much pace.
Well, a hammer blow for the home side, deep on attack. It's a pass from Adams that's read like a book by Jacobs. And look at the inside out. Gets rid of the intentions of Zane Davids. Cracks on the pace. And under the bar, he goes for the visitors' third try of the afternoon.
No problem with the conversion. So that's 3 goals then to Bishops, and full credit to them too.
Adams, he needed to tuck and go. He threw the Hail Mary pass where he had numbers on the outside. But look at the footwork by Jacobs. Inside and outside. Good night, Nurse, and under the bar for the burly right winger.
Not much.
Such a busy player. Very involved. Credited with 2 tries, but it's all the work that he's done off the ball too. It really has impressed me. Jean Naudier.
Back. Thank you.
It's not a bad kick in. Not enough chasers there. It was certainly Liam Greenall was the primary chaser of that kick in. Out then from McIntyre. Once again, a little bit of space out wide. Smith and Yenis very much part of that mix. Well, that looks like it could be halftime. Yes, Matt Kemp has called for halftime then.